Hello and welcome to the Metropolitan Elites, who are controlled by lizards who phone us up every week. They're left-wing lizards, not the right-wing lizards. That's the other sort of lizard. And they tell us to say this stuff. Right, stuff, well, at the time of recording, we only found this out a few hours ago, and I think it was broken today, is that the Independent newspaper is finishing. It's over. It is no more. It's an ex-newspaper. There's not going to be a newspaper called The Independent in the shops. The website's going to carry on. The Eye has been sold, because apparently the Eye is quite successful. But it does seem, I thought this when they bought the Eye out, it's 20p.
Yeah.
So the number of people who are going to buy The Independent on paper instead of the Eye, it's not going to be many people, is it?
No, it kind of makes you wonder, sort of, is there room for the Huffington Post and The Independent online? I actually find The Independent online quite... there's lots of adverts there, and it takes about 10 minutes for a page to load.
Yeah, if you run it on a slow computer,
yeah,
it actually seizes up. Sometimes the whole computer seizes up.
I hadn't heard this, you know.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't been busy today, so I'm quite disappointed about that, because I'm quite like... they trailblazed this to the new format, because they went from a broadsheet to...
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called. Sort of tabloid size, which was really, really good, and they did quite well out of that for a while.
I think briefly that was successful. Yeah. My first thought was, if you haven't got a billionaire with an ulterior motive to change people's opinions supporting you, you haven't got a chance.
It does raise serious questions now. It's basically The Guardian and The Mirror versus everything else.
Yeah. And is The Mirror really...
The Mirror's not a proper paper, is it?
Yeah, and then actually, it is also the question of print paper being, having its days are numbered, and they'll all be gone eventually.
Yeah.
I always remember years ago, I started reading newspapers properly, and what I started doing, I'd alternate. I read them all over a period of about 6 months when I was about 20. I would read a bit of everything, and slowly, you as you get older, you get fixed in your views. And it's just The Guardian. But and I found there was something gentler about the Indie. This was when it was still broadsheet.
Yeah.
Whereas The Guardian's very angry, shouty. And sometimes I like that. But sometimes I wasn't up to that. It's something a bit gentler. And the Indie always felt more gentle. I suppose because The Guardian is explicitly a lefty paper. It's supposed to be. It's really a bit centrist, arguably, but it's supposed to be the lefty paper, whereas the Independent is supposed to mean it's not particularly leaning in either way. And although for some reason that meant it does lean a bit to the left, possibly because there was a market there,
Yeah, there was a lot of good reporting in the Independent. You could find interesting out that wouldn't be in the main newspapers, and would actually shed light on things. So I think that's why it's given the slant of appearing left, is because it's actually interested in reporting something different rather than trotting out party lines,
which are all right wing.
Yeah. So it's automatically given the veneer of a left wing. It could be, if they're going digital only. It could work. They could be trendsetters. They set the trend with regards to the size of the paper, bringing it down.
Yeah, they've got to fix the website. Plus, there's a lot of clickbait that you have to ignore.
Yeah. Well, it's the same as Huffington Post. It's tiresome. It really is. You get 3 different slants on PMQs. It's the same stuff, just dressed up different ways. And occasionally you get something new on there that's actually worth reading.
But that's why the Daily Mail website is so successful, even though it flies against the beliefs of the paper Daily Mail. It's all naked women and naked children, basically, isn't it? Look at these children, they're naked. And it's massively successful basically because it's porn. Not just visual porn, it's emotional porn as well.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Well, keep posted on that. Let's hope the digital thing goes well. Maybe it's the death knell for
independent newspapers.
For newspapers.